Hello guys, welcome to C4C Code for Change. Let's get started.
Hello guys, in the previous video we have seen about the futures of the OOPS concept. So let us discuss once again what are the futures of the OOPS concept. So the first one is class and object. So the second one is inheritance. Third one is encapsulation. Fourth one is abstraction. So on the last one, polymorphism. So these are the mainly few. So these are the features of the OOPS concept. So in this video and the next two videos, we are mainly discussing about the class and the object. So okay. So now in this video, we are going to create a class. For that class, we are creating an object. Okay. So mainly, so if you have seen my previous videos, you may have known the difference between class and an object. So mainly object contains some properties and some object contains some properties and some methods, and some actions. So in Java, these properties are called variables and these actions are called methods. So because these are available for objects, so according to that, class is also containing these properties and methods. Okay. So what I want to say is basically these properties and actions are available for object. Therefore, these same properties and actions are available for class. Okay. Now let us see how to create a class and how to create an object for that class. Okay. Now file, new, and create a class for it. Okay. For that we are going to create a person class. Okay. So this is a person class. So as it is a class, we are doing capital letter P in the starting. Okay. So now what I want to do is here. So as I have said previously, a class is also containing some properties and actions. Now I want to define some properties for that class. Okay. So properties. Properties are nothing but variables. Okay. Now I want to create some variables for that. Okay. First, string name. Okay. Next, int age. Okay, these are two properties for my class person. And next, I want to create some actions. Actions are nothing but methods in Java. So okay, so I don't want to return anything. That's why I am specifying void. So this is talk. This is the method name. So within that method name, what I want to show is system dot out dot println. So my name is something like that, and here what I want to give the variable name, that is name. So in the next line I want to print like this, system dot out dot println my age is. So after that I want to print age. Okay. So this is my program, but here in this program I haven't written public static void main. So when you click this run button, just it will display some previous message. It will not run this program. It will just compile this and convert into .class file. So if you have seen my previous videos, you may have known about .class files. So if you have any basic knowledge about Java, you should know what is class file, what is byte file. Okay. So now I am clicking run. Okay. So couldn't file or load main class demo because I haven't written main method. Okay. So now we have created dot class file. Okay. So now I want to create an object for this person class. Okay, so for that I am taking another class. Okay, file, new class. So now I am creating another class called demo. Now you can see here this is demo. So in this demo, public static void main string args. Okay, next after that what I want to do, I want to create an object for that person class. Okay, so creating an object for person class, how we want to create? So person p1 is equals to new operator and that class name. So this is how we are going to create an object for that class. So now I want to call that method. So this is the method. Okay, so this is the method name, so that's why I am calling p1.talk. Now I am running this program. Now see here, so my name is null and my age is 0. So what, by this default we can say like this. So by default the value for the string data type is null, and for the by default the value for int data type is 0. Okay, so I will once again run it. So see here, my name is null and my age is 0 because we didn't assign these variables with values. That's why it is showing by default values. So likewise in Java there are some other default cases. So for int it is 0, for string it is null, for float also it is 0.0. For any class, suppose you have created any class but you haven't written anything in it, so it will be also null. For boolean data type, so it will be false, by default it will be false. Okay, so now we have created an object. So but how this is going to be created, now let us see here. So by default this object is going to be created in heap memory. Okay, so if you have seen my JVM architecture video, so you may have known what is that heap memory. So in that heap memory our object is going to be created. So within that heap memory, so there are some, see, the first variable is name. Okay, and the second variable is age. So in this object only it contains the reference of talk method. Okay, so what I want to say here is this talk, so this talk here what I have written here, so this talk, this code, this entire code is not stored here. This is just the reference. Okay, so this talk is only just reference. The code is not stored here. Where the code is going to be stored means it is stored in method area. So this talk method body is stored in the method area. Okay, so now for that variable name there is going to be some space allocated, and for the age also there is going to be some space allocated. So now we have created an object. So how we are going to call this object means, so see, so there will be some reference for that, and for that reference we are giving the name p1. Okay, so like any address of your house, this object is also containing some address, say something like this hash code something. So generally it will be in numbers. Okay, so this address is going to be stored in this p1. Okay, so this is going to refer this address, and this address will have this one. So likewise we are going to call an object. Okay, so now what I want to do is, so now we have created an object but without any initialization of variables. Now see here, these two are called instance variables. Why I am calling these two as instant variables means because these are not written inside this talk method. Okay, these are basically written inside a class, not in that, that is inside a class and outside of some method. So that's why I am calling this as instance variable. Okay, so now I want to initialize that instance variable. So now what I am going to do here, now let us see, after creating an object, so I will write p1 dot name is equals to Ramesh. Okay, after that I want to initialize his age, p1 dot age is equals to something like 23. So now I have completely initialized these two variables. Okay, now I will run this program. Now see here, it is showing my name is Ramesh and my age is 23. So here we have created an object. So in this object we are going to store some values. Okay. Okay. Now we have successfully initialized these values. But there is one problem with it. What happened is, suppose let us take some bank. Suppose this is the main class for that bank. So this is the some other class for that employees. Say suppose everybody can access this class means there is an whole problem going to occur with that bank corporation because each and every person can access that class. Therefore, they are going to change these variables. So now what I want to do is I want to restrict these variables. Okay. So now what I will do is, so I will use a keyword called private. Okay. So by using this keyword private, I am restricting this usability or access of these two variables within this class. I don't want any another class to access these variables. So that's why I am using this private keyword. See now what will happen. So I have written private here. Now here p1 dot name. So if I run this, it is going to show error. So the field person dot name is not visible. Okay. So it is written because of private. It is showing like that error. So now we will remove this. Okay. So the person who is the author of this program is only having the access to change these variables. Okay, that's why I am writing here Ramesh and here age is equals to 30. Now let us run this program. Okay, now see here. Okay, I will change the name here. Okay, so now let us run it. So see here, my name is Chanukya and my age is 30. So this is how the restriction of the instance variable is given. Now let us suppose, so this is an manager program and this is an some employees program. Okay. So now what I want to do is, suppose the manager is gone to some other branch. Okay. So within that duration, we want to add some more details for the name and age. Okay. So but he is only having the authority to change this code. Other persons can't use this code. So there is one disadvantages with this private keyword. So now what I will do is I will use the concept of constructor. Okay. So with the help of this constructor, we will give permissions to restricted people. Okay, not all these people, but some people. But by our given choice, we can give access to these variables. Okay, how we are going to use constructor, and how we are going to initialize these variables by using the constructor, we will see in the next video. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you like my video, hit the like button and also share my video with your friends. For future videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below.